Hey, what's up, AJT Jungle? I'm gonna share a quick little lesson or thought with you. Usually, when somebody emails me after the morning or I have a session, it kind of brings about a thought or something that I really want to share. And I've been talking about this for the last couple of days. About your search, your infinite search for finding a way to trade without taking a loss. Everybody is searching for that perfection. And when you do that, you're not learning anything. It's just like I used to tell my students in class, you spend so much time trying to cheat. And if you only spent half that time learning what I'm trying to teach you, you blow this thing out of the water. And trading is the same way. Everybody's trying to find that quick way to trade without losses. And you can't. The risk in trading is not our enemy, it's our ally. We need it. If we don't embrace the risk, there's no way we're going to make money. You can't make anything without risking anything. You can't go into business with $0 and come out, trying to make money. You have to risk something. You have to put something in it. And the more you put in, the more you're going to get in return. So risk is our ally. It is not our enemy. We got to stop putting risk in that negative light. And that is the biggest and most important message that I'm trying to get across this year and to get all of our mentees, on that same page. So I'm going to share a couple of lessons with you from today's trading. But before we get to that, tomorrow I'm dropping the list of the first traders that earn their way into the High Achievers Society. The AJT High Achievers Society is not something you can pay to join. You have to earn your way in through your trading. And you will be recognized. And you will be up for the surprise that I have for you guys coming up. But again, you have to earn your way into it. Some people started, did a couple of weeks and quit. That's not going to get you there. These guys that I'm going to share with you tomorrow, they worked all quarter. Practically every week they sent me their trades, not for me to sit there and go through and critique, because that's done in our mentoring sessions, but to show me their growth and reading what they wrote and all of that just helped me see that they are growing in their trading. They're seeing things from a different light, and that's what this is all about. So I'm announcing those tomorrow. But also, you have to work to stay in it, because you can't just do it one quarter and quit. There's no way you're going to be successful as a trader doing that. This is all to help you have incentive to get to reach your trading goals. All right, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. So today, let's talk about the lessons from today. So obviously this is a winning trade. This is meta. I was able to buy, got the first ticket, first profit target. This was an aggressive entry at the open. This is how we have to be in this market, because there's no guarantees that we're going to get this type of follow through later on. So I got in, it pushed up. It could not get over this 523.57, which happened to be the 52-week high. It rejected it, And as we started coming back, I went ahead and took it off because price action told me, okay, it's stupid to leave it on and get stopped out here when you can stop out, lock in that profit, and just wait to see if it can confirm taking out the 52-week high. That's what it did. We got in after it confirmed. We pulled back a little bit, and it held the support. Had we lost it, I would have taken it off, because price action would have dictated I take this thing off. But we have all our moving averages tracking up, just holding that support. You can look at the candlesticks and interpret the story that it's telling you based on what you have learned in here in our price action class. This should tell you everything you need to know. And we got to our first target. 530 was my second target. It pulled back. It really got rejected at 530 relatively quickly. The bid never got close enough for my order to even get filled in between the bid and the ask. The bid just never got close enough to 530. So it pulled back. The next time we got up there and it started hanging up at 529.70s, I went ahead and took profit. And you could see the price action was telling me the truth. It pulled back, and then it's starting to work its way back up. Now I'm not going to buy anything else. I'm just going to continue to let this run and do what it's going to do. So this is the lesson in the patience that we need in order to make these trades in this market. Now the next thing I want to point out is Tesla. Now Tesla, I lost money on the initial trade. I waited for it to get under yesterday's close in the 200. I didn't wait for confirmation. That is something I probably should have done based on the market that we're in. But in the time window that I used for my rules, this was an okay entry. So I'm not going to beat myself about that. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. It bounced on me once we kind of got back over, made a higher high, went ahead and took it off. It did pull back and retest the 200, but it held and it started pushing up. Well, I was looking at this, and based on the fact that the 5-day moving average was right here, there was a linear regression channel in here around 172 something, and then the 20-day and the 10-day, I was like, no, this is too crowded. This isn't the type trade I want to take in this market. But look at the move it made, all the way up to 177. I mean, this is the best moving stock out of all of the watch list, and it had the most roadblocks that it had to get through. And of course, I have to come to grips. And the lesson here is you have to come to grips with this. This is not something that is going to go away. Because if I went ahead and took this trade the next 5 or 6 times, 4 or 5 of them probably wouldn't work out because it would get rejected here. Okay? Because all we can do is go by the chart and what the chart is telling us. So I'm not going to eliminate the rule that I have. I'm just going to look at it as, hey, this thing happened to work. This is the 25 to 30% of those trades that actually don't follow what I'm using, and it just worked. The key is, don't let this convince you to change what you do, because this doesn't happen all the time. And I've seen a ton of
traders I mentored and worked with buy into all this stuff and it doesn't work and they get frustrated because this was it set up, it triggered an entry, but they didn't look at the potential roadblocks, and you have to respect them. So nothing in trading is 100%. Nothing. I use option flow and everything to help me, establish my trade plan and all that, but it's not 100%. Nothing is 100% accurate. So stop looking for that. It's not there. It doesn't exist. Okay, that 100% deal does not exist. I don't care how well capitalized you are, even the biggest and largest funds lose out. Okay, because nobody's 100%. But that's what happened on Tesla. I don't know if anybody in here took it or, but this was the best trade on the worst, kind of the worst setup out of all the stocks I was watching. So the main thing is don't let this, just don't let this, a trade like this make you change your process, because you'll change it, get nailed on 5 or 6 of these, and then you go back and you keep going back and forth and you'll never get anywhere. Alright, the last trade I want to share with you is the one I didn't trade. Was DELL. Now if you ran the scan that I shared with you, this is the scan that we're supposed to run every night. I didn't run it last night. We had I don't even want to talk about it, but there was something that happened that really destroyed the whole night. And I didn't scan. So I didn't see DELL. But what one trader did, and this is what I teach you guys to do. You look at it, and let's get and then you look at the option flow. Now it's going to be a little different now than what it was this morning when you were vetting this. Okay? So if you looked at this, you would see more volume and open interest to the short side than you did the long side. So what does that have you do? You think, okay, we're likely to go to the short side. Again, this isn't 100%. Okay, so we look to see what we have versus the short side versus what we have versus the long side. Looking short here right off the bat, I don't like this short because I'm not going to short into yesterday's close. I'm not going to short into the 200 and a rising 200 at that. Okay, so right out of the gate, looking at option flow and it telling you that there's more orders to the short side doesn't mean that those guys are right. You have to defer to the chart. And the chart here is telling me no shorts. I would go long. I would look for this to go to the long side. That's the way I would trade it. Even if it's set up and it started going short, I wouldn't touch it. Because we're running into, a rising 200, number one, and we will be over yesterday's close. And we just don't do that. Alright, so this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. DELL is a lower price stock, from like Meta or Nvidia, whatever. This is a lower price stock that you could put some, a little bit of size on and really make a nice move here.
So this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. And again, it's not getting stuck thinking, okay, just because one thing says this, that it can't do something else. Okay, it can set up and trigger one way, and then turn around and close it, set up, trigger another way. You can look at all the data and have in your mind, this is what I see based on everything that it's going to do, but it doesn't have to do that. It can go the complete opposite way. So what do? You build a plan for both ways. Both ways. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you today. Again, tomorrow, you guys look for the 5 people. There are 5 that earn their way into the High Achiever Society. And there are more of you that can. You know, we're a very small community. We're focused 100% on learning how to trade, learning how to read the market the right way as to what's actually happening in the market so that you can make the best trading decisions. Doesn't matter what you trade, options, futures, crypto, doesn't matter. You have to have the same mindset and the same skill set. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up for today. No earnings that I can see, so this will probably be our last trade once this done. So you guys, you know, if you're taking off, you know, have a great one, be safe, and I'll catch you in the morning. But if not, pay attention. Pay attention to the market. See, we got stopped out here on our profit stop. You know, it's 1:30. Yeah, there's time enough for the break 5:30 and keep making a run. But I'm not messing with it. So you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you on the flip side.